All right, let's get to some final thoughts. My name is Greg, and you're watching How to Play Paintball. So before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to ProEdge for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to them. Make sure to click the link down in the description down below and take you over to the best deals on the web for all your paintball equipment. Also, wanted to mention that there will be a giveaway, so make sure that you stay tuned throughout the video to figure out how you can win your very own custom How to Play Paintball Guru gun stand. Send it out for free for those that are in the continental US, or actually the US in general. If you're international, then you are going to have to help with shipping. I apologize for that, but it's just expensive to do that. Let's start off with the good, as usual. Weather was fantastic. I didn't really feel like it was too hot or too cold. I mean, yeah, you're playing, so you're gonna be sweating, but maybe it's just because I'm so used to Florida that I was like, this is fantastic, and could just kind of run. So that was a great thing. So being right next to the water, I think really helped with that, to help a breeze come across every so often, and also just keeping it from not being super, super hot and making it where you want to just pass out and jump into the river. The other thing that was great was the paint. I thought shot pretty well. It was shooting laser beams, at least for us. And yeah, that was definitely a good thing. And also the schedule. So there's part of this that's going to be bad. I'll save that for the next section, but we didn't have early morning games, which was fantastic. So that's always a good thing. Being able to sleep a little bit is always good. But this is going to kind of lead into our bad. The issue that I had was the long breaks. Now, sometimes that's going to happen, but there was 2 times that we had teams that only had an hour break between matches. So they played, they had a break, and then they played us. Whereas we would play and then have like a 3 or 4 hour break, and then we played. It can kind of be a double-edged sword, so it's something that this is kind of in between good and bad for the event, is that if you're hot, then that helps, because then you can continue that momentum. But even if you are playing hot and you have a long break, that can really cool you off, and that can also be an issue for injury. So just making sure that you're stretching and all of that, making sure that you're all set in that way is pretty important. So ideally, it would be match, break, match, and that is my personal ideal. So having a couple hours break isn't the end of the world, because you can go and scout other teams. You do have time to relax a little bit. If you need to get something to eat, you have time to digest that a little bit. So there are some benefits to it, but yeah, that's why it's kind of in the good and the bad section here. So definitely one of the bads was on the webcast field. I don't understand why it is that all the semi-pro teams can't play on the Lone Wolf field. We only had the first, no, of our 4 prelim matches, we only had 1 that was on the webcast field. And that's something that, I don't know, I just kind of feel like, how is it that we can't get everyone onto there? I know that the NXL was playing, but I don't know, it just seems kind of like you have these stories that you want to have come up, and then we only have 1 match on the webcast field, and other teams have, you know, half of their matches, or I don't think anyone had all of their matches there, so I guess it was fair in that way. But you know, you want to be able to be on that field, and having to switch between different fields isn't the most ideal situation. On the carbon field, we actually had some issues with some of the refs. So I know that reffing is difficult. I'm not saying that, you know, they need to change over everything, but we had one ref that like flicked us off. And yeah, I don't know, it just kind of, if it was tough on both sides, I think that'd be okay, and that's just the nature of the beast. But I don't know, the reffing could have been better. The other bad kind of ties into the good with the weather, and that's because the ground itself was pretty good. It was pretty level on all the fields. The issue though was that it was kind of like dusty, and I don't know if I would say hard, but maybe say hard. It wasn't the most ideal playing condition, and you know, that's just something that you just don't want people to get hurt. So I don't know if they needed to put sprinklers out there to water the grass more rather than depending on just the weather, but that would be something that the NXL would need to go back and check. All right, let's get into some of the ugly. The ugly, I would say, is the expense. Atlantic City is not cheap to go into. I know that you have Philly as well that you can fly into, and it's about an hour drive from the Philadelphia airport. But it's, I don't know, it didn't seem like there was a lot of options for flights in and out that were within budget. The other thing is that it's expensive to stay out there. We stayed about 30 minutes away from the field, which the ideal situation would be that you're, 10 minutes or so from the field, so you're able to get there right away and not have to deal with traffic. But it was going to be expensive, I think, being close to there, and that's something that is going to be a deterrent. I think the turnout was pretty good for the event, but it could always be better. And I think if you have areas that, even if there was something where the city gave a kickback or something, I don't know how that would work, but just having it where the players aren't having to foot a huge bill just to even get to the event and stay there, much less paintball is not cheap as is. So having a location like Atlantic City, although the weather was nice, I don't know about the expense, and it's not, it's just kind of a weird situation. So maybe this is something that is just me, but I don't know if we should go back there. I think, like I said, the weather was great, but it was definitely something that the expense is not going to be good for the league as a whole for players that are trying to make it out and play the whole season. So those are my opinions. The way that you're going to be able to enter this giveaway is, one, make sure that you like and subscribe. You need to make sure you do that. And in the comments down below, what do you think was great, bad, terrible, whatever it is? I want you to put that down in the comments down below, and then you need to make sure that you go ahead and email me howtoplaypaintball05@gmail.com, and this way just send me over your YouTube username and just put giveaway or something in the title. And around here somewhere, I'll put when the winner is going to be chosen. There is going to be a small delay in when I get the Guru gun stand out to you. It's just because we're going on a family trip, so yeah, sorry. So there will be a small delay with that, but I'll make sure to get it out as quick as possible for you. So again, like, subscribe, make sure that you put that comment down below and email me, and you'll be all set for the giveaway. But again, for my international viewers, if you are trying to enter this, just know that you will have to help with the shipping to get the prize out for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.